everyone, welcome in. Happy Monday. As you might have noticed, there's a cat in the background. I successfully managed to lure my cat Bubbles into the stream room today, dragged his cat tree in here and made him join the stream decoration. So we have a new mascot now, okay? Bobs is our new mascot. He's gonna be there in the background. I don't know how long he'll stay, but we're trying. We're trying. Welcome in, Lennon. Nice to see you back. Hi, Kath. Kath, congratulations on becoming a mod. Thank you so much for taking on that for us. It means a lot. Hi, Winfrey, our other new mod as well, who I congratulated last week. We've got amazing community members in the Raw Fury community, and to have Kath and Winfrey both willing to step up to become a mod on the Twitch channel means so much to us. It really helps us, especially the community team who do the streams, because it means we know that chat are in good hands. So we're really, really appreciative of you guys. Thank you so much for helping us. Yes, I have now, Lennon, I have. So yeah, it's night call time, guys. It's time to play with some weird characters again. I will riot. I will riot if Santa turns out to be the murderer, okay? Daria thinks that Santa is the murderer. I've made a little video about my favourite characters so far that I'm putting out tomorrow, so keep an eye out on our socials tomorrow. It's going out on all of our socials and on YouTube Shorts, which we've not done yet, so I'm putting out a YouTube Short for the first time, about my favourite characters so far in Nightcall. And I showed it to the rest of the community team, and Daria was like, it's definitely Santa. I was like, no, it's not. It's not Santa. Santa cannot be the murderer. I will not have this. Bubbles has just realised the lights have changed since he went to sleep, and he's very intrigued. Oh, he's not now. He's like, nah, I'm going back to sleep. Bad enough. Right, let's switch over to the game screen. I've like angled my chair so that you can get cat time instead of just me time, because cat time is the best time. I think I'm going to play this without a controller tonight because it's actually a little bit easier with keyboard and mouse. Oh, I need to put the desktop sounds on. That would help, Jarves. There we go. Okay. So, I'm hoping... Yes, okay. See, last time when we started, I had to redo a bit of the day, but because we made it to the end of the day last stream, started at the beginning of a new day, so we won't have any repeat customers this time, which is good, unless they're new experiences with the same customers. I don't know. Yeah, I think it might be something I would play in my own time, Lennon, at some point. It's on my back catalogue now though, because I've got so many on my back catalogue you don't understand. Like, I have a pile of shame the size of China. It's bad. And it doesn't help when you work in a company where like they make the sorts of games that you love and you just keep playing them instead of the ones that you have on your list. Like, Domekeeper is responsible for my backlog, I would say. Like, it really is. I blame Renee. I blame the rest of the team of Bippin Bits. I just love that game too much, and my backlog is suffering as a result. Okay, so your attention turns to shouting upstairs, a door slamming. Typical. You get up quickly. A few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Night 4. Last time the detective lady was like, you've got 3 nights to figure this out. Lady, I'm not a detective. What do you want from me? That guy looks like Mark Ruffalo. Should we go to Mark Ruffalo? I'm going to the Hulk. It looks like Mark Ruffalo. We're going. Out of nowhere, you hear a voice whispering in your ear. No, thank you. This is where I died. What? Is this turning into a horror game? You know how I feel about horror games. This is not... I'm not on board with this. No. No horror games for jobs. Nope. You brake hard. There is no noise in the cab. No noise outside. Oh no, I missed one. A silhouette... I missed what that said. A silhouette appears on the back seat of the cab. Its features appear one by one, as if drawn with a paintbrush. So much suffering. It wasn't a cute doggy picture, Kath. Kath in the Twitch chat is referring to when I streamed the signifier during Rossember, and I was being chased around the room by a picture of a dog in a frame, and it freaked me the heck out. It was not a cute dog. It was not a cute dog, Kath. You squint. A little boy? Would you be so kind as to drive me? Where? Can you hear my whispers, or is the mic cutting it out? I can't tell. Very well. Let us drive then. The boy's silhouette flutters for a moment, then disappears entirely. You hold your breath. You hear me? Thanks, Winfrey. On the back seat behind you, the boy slowly reappears. What is happening in this game? What is happening? This is... Nobody told me there were ghosts in this. I feel betrayed. Nicole, if you were watching this, I feel betrayed. You didn't warn me that there were ghosts in this. You start driving. 53 Lou. Not Lou. 53 Rue de la Grange Au Belle, my friend. Yeah, he does look like a kind spirit, but his picture looked like Mark Ruffalo, so I feel like I've been misled. I wanted the Hulk, I got a ghost. How was your weekend anyway, guys in chat? You pause, looking at him inquisitively in the rearview mirror. And what is there in Rue de la Grange Au Belle? He smiles. There is death in its truest form. What? What is happening here? Hi, Zimni. Do you know, I usually feel that because I can't stop myself from doing things, but this weekend I did literally nothing. I like slept on the sofa most of the day on Saturday, and then I played, I watched Boy Swallows Universe over Saturday and Sunday, the entire series. Absolutely epic series, by the way. If you're looking for something to binge, head to Netflix. Boy Swallows Universe. Absolutely amazing. It's got Travis Fimmel, who played Ragnar in the Vikings in it, and it's so good. And then I also played a lot of Yakuza because I can't stop playing Yakuza. But yeah, I feel you, Zim. You worked 12 hours on both days, Zimny. No, my friend. I'm sending you like an energy hug to give you some energy back, mate. I'm trying to talk away from the game because the game is freaking me out. Okay, I've got this. I've got this. You see, at night, the streets fill with the spirits of horses. Before my time, they used to be cut to pieces there. They cut their heads right off. Swish! Just got lipstick on the microphone. He seems quite pleased with his performance. There was mud, like pudding almost. The poorest coming to clean a piece of meat or a bone to chew on had to trudge through it. Splotch, squelch. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, as long as I don't see Marissa from the OC, like, being sick on herself, I'll be fine, Zim. His silhouette seems to flutter for a second, as if it were the sound of a wave for laughter. Oh, as if it were the sound wave for laughter. Why can't I speak? People come from quite far to steal a chunk of the meat. A bit of skin. The abandoned carcasses attracted flies. People gathered the larvae to go fishing in the Seine or in Bondy. The flies drew shallow swallows. Folk came on Sundays to shoot rifles at the flocks of birds. A short pause. My mother once took me there to show me the gallows. This is horrible! This is horrible! She told me this is where traitors were sent to die. I nodded and was shocked by the stench of the place. Do you think this is during the revolution? Are we going to get Jean Valjean in a minute? I miss my mother, so, you know. Do you miss your mother too? Yes. Is she dead? Yes. Did she ever take you to see her gallows? No! He breaks into laughter. I'm not doing a creepy child laugh. I'm being a bother. The little ghost starts speaking in a joyful tone once again. My mother loved taking me for strolls. She pulled me by the arm through all of Paris, stopped in front of a building, a market, a dump. She would say, see now, I can still hear her voice. See now, that's how you'll end up if you don't do all of your chores. I know, right? If you don't learn all your lessons at school, if you don't listen to your father, and she usually gave me a perfunctory smack. What a big word for a kid. His silhouette flutters as if he were receiving the blow. Stop here. The horses are angry this evening. Something is getting on their nerves. He sighs. His presence is making you feel particularly ill at ease. My mother never understood why I joined the comrades. The commune. The cherries. Wait, is this Henria? Is this the little kid that gets killed on the what is it called? Barricade. There we go. His silhouette starts to flutter. She thought I was being young and stupid. The fluttering intensifies. You can barely make out the little ghost silhouette. Yes! I knew! I know, Les Mis. Barricades, dead horses, hanged. His silhouette freezes, looks over at you. I personally think I'm lucky to have died for something I believe in, rather than to live for nothing. A shiver runs up your spine. Like you. Excuse me, ghost kid. Excuse me? How rude. I gave you a lift, you're not paying, you creep me out for the night, and then you call me out? He was kind of rude, Zim. The next minute, the ghost has vanished. His voice still resonates in the cab. Like you. Turn the wheel and pull over to collect yourself. Breathe. This little ghost is going to do you in. Well, that was a terrifying way to start the stream. Wasn't expecting that. And he didn't pay, I know, the little shit. He is definitely not on my list of favourite characters so far, okay? He's definitely not on my list of favourite characters. He can get in the bin. Thank you for that follow, Not the Bees. I appreciate that. Welcome on in. Yeah, we don't like the ghost kid. We don't like the ghost kid. Nope. Okay. Do we go? Excuse me. I feel like I'm going to go to the blacked out one, because it's like more mysterious. In the afterlife, this kid owes money by helping paying the ride with Charon. Ah, that's how it goes. Okay, so he's going to take me to Hades. Okay, Grace and Dongo. Ivory, please. Yeah, we'll take you. Your next passenger has been crying. I don't think I'd be able to take a passenger anywhere after I'd just taken a ghost in the car. I'd be like, nah, I'm going. I'm out. Night 4 is cancelled. We're done. She stares at the floor and gives you an address in the nearby suburbs. You've just started driving when her telephone rings. The ringtone is familiar. Yes. There's a pause. Her tone is sharp and curt. Yes, I'm on my way home right now. She pauses, holds her breath. Yes. Another pause. She sounds annoyed. No, I took a taxi. On the other end, a voice gets louder. Who's paying? Well, I am. I don't want to take the bus home tonight. Come on, lay off. A new round of criticism begins. Look, can you just lay off? Yeah, we'll talk about it when I get back. She holds the phone away from her ear, ready to hang up, then pulls it back. Yes, I'm here. She finally glances at you. There's no need to scream. I can hear you. I told you, we'll talk about it when I get home. We're about to enter a tunnel, miss. She smiles. No, that was the driver saying we're going to be cut off. No, seems normal. Mum, I said it's... She hangs up. Thank you. Thank you. You hear a ring, same tune as before. The young woman hesitates and turns the phone over in her hand and decides not to answer. Sorry. I know that tune. Her face lights up. It's Lakme by Leo Dillabri? I cannot speak French! I'm sorry! I feel like I should Google all these words beforehand. We gave a performance with this music. After hearing it so much, I just fell totally in love with it. It's such an incredibly soft piece. In the opera it comes from, the priestess Lakme and one of her companions go to gather jasmine for the temple, and you sense the love between the characters. And it's mutual. The two women sing and their words are very similar, but not identical. No! Have you had enough of my silly voices? I annoyed him, guys. He's like, nah, I'm done. I'm done. You're making stupid voices. I've had enough of you. You sing? No, I'm a dancer. Classical, jazz, and other various combinations. I've danced since I was a little girl, but I've been dancing more these last few years. I love it. A friend and I did our own choreography to a few scenes from the Lakme opera. Once, we did a show. It was really exciting. That smile appears on her face. That appears on her face seems to have erased the tears. And thanks for earlier, by the way. I missed the last metro, and to be honest, I really didn't want to go home. My mother is waiting to have a long, very long discussion about my future, my career, all the sacrifices she's made for me. She's a cleaning woman in one of the fancy office buildings at La Défense. I failed my bar exam. So she thinks... She stops herself. She was going to make a joke, but something keeps her from doing so. Her smile vanishes. The writing in this game is so engaging. She thinks I'll end up as a cleaning woman at La Défense. Your passenger sighs. She thinks I dance too much. She thinks it's Lakme's fault. But mostly, she thinks it's my fault. She heaves a huge sigh and stares at nothing outside. I studied. I worked hard, but I didn't pass. Just don't believe in all that anymore. Now, be warned, what I'm about to say will sound cliché, but I want to be a dancer, not a lawyer. Ah, Winfrey! No. My mother doesn't succeed. You must work to earn money in order to succeed. She just doesn't understand. She takes a breath. Sorry, I didn't mean to unload on you. Welcome in, lads. Nice to see you. I must seem like a pretentious little princess. Not at all. Thanks for lying. She smiles. The address she gave you is not much further. I mean, I owe my mother a lot. I have to stop being so self-centered, blah, 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 and I have to pass the fucking exam. She clicks her tongue as if to force herself to stop talking. Instead, she keeps going. Mind you, she came to my Lakme performance. She pauses, trying to find her words. She saw me dance, and when we left, it's kind of dumb, but she didn't say a single word. And I think I've never felt prouder. Her silence spoke 1,000 words. Pull up to her house. She takes her time getting out of the car. I don't know why I said all that, but it felt really good. Thank you. She disappears. Her tears have definitely vanished. He's a really good listener. This taxi driver is like a therapist and a detective and a taxi driver. Like, this man needs to charge twice as much. He needs to charge twice as much, okay? He's too good at all of his jobs. Should we stop for some fuel? I don't know. This guy looks like that actor that's in like all the sitcoms. He's in like all of the sitcoms and I can't think of his name. Who are we going to go to? Maybe we'll go to Jared Leto. Who else is there? Another blacked out character over there. She looks pretty serious. That's Gwyneth Paltrow. Or should we go to one of the clues? Should we go to one of the clues? Let's go to one of the clues. We got to get some more clues for this detective board. Because I've not done a lot of detecting so far. I've just, like, met Santa, spoke to some cats. Done no serious detecting. Because I'm having too much fun with all the crazy characters. I can't help myself with this game, okay? It's just... I just really like it. The police archives look like any other building in Paris. No sign, nothing to make it stand out, but this is where all the case files and criminal records are stored. You know the place well. For several months, you spent a lot of time with the woman who directs it. She was a regular passenger, calling upon you almost every night, first as a driver, and then... You can see her shape from across the street. He got a booty call! He totally got a booty call! I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. You try to prevent your brain from going there, but it has a mind of its own. She's as beautiful as ever. Mate. You get out of the cab. Cross over to the sidewalk on the other side. Helene. I'm not going to lie. I was surprised by your request. She lights a cigarette. She still has that cold, distant look about her. But you know, it's just a facade. You don't smoke anymore? You light a cigarette. He smokes all the time. Let's not pretend. He's even smoking in the picture on the Steam, like, store page. He's always smoking. The first waft of nicotine and gas from the lighter. Ah, heaven. She runs her hand through her hair. Her wedding band shines under the street lamp. You're freezing. Listen. I'm sure you know I'm not allowed to give you this kind of information. But if what you said were true, then... Get the impression she's reaching for your side. Let her do it? Her hand brushes over your wound. You think about her body, her habits, how she used to call you in the middle of the night. I fished around and the first 3 victims were not part of the data leak. Shit. Shit indeed. That means the information about Besson, Bougrain, and the Argentinian one. Grodeshir. Yes, that's it. Grodeshir. It all came from someone who had access to their criminal records. It's a police officer! It's not Santa, guys. It's not Santa. The murderer is an ex-police officer. We're done. Solved the case. That help? You nod. A bit of ash from your cigarette sprinkles onto your pants. You attempt to smile. Yes, it's better than nothing. Moment of silence. Helene takes a drag of her cigarette like there's no tomorrow, and she paces a bit to warm herself up. You should come over sometime. What do you think? You grin. You and Helene used to sleep together. We guessed that, dude! We got that already! When things with her husband weren't so good. Look at that smiley face. I can't not choose that one. Sounds good. Let me just finish all this. Do not trust her. She's gonna steal your kidney. Run. No, Zimny. He's lonely. He needs some love. He needs some love, Zim. Yes, of course. Give me a call when all this is over. She looks deep into your eyes. You look down. Her hands are shaking. One last smile. She puts out her cigarette. Calf. Why is Stream Elements half an hour late every time we stream? Every time we stream, the bot's like, oh yeah, you're streaming. We know. We know. We've been here for half an hour. Thank you for telling us, Stream Elements. Anyway. No, he already had slept with her before, Zim. You do the same. I've got to run. Good night. You too. She reaches out to you affectionately, then stops. You decide to cross the street to put some distance between you as quickly as possible. When you get to your cab, you hear her saying something. She's yelling from across the street. Also, you should stop smoking. It's bad for your health. She was smoking too. You wave, and she goes back to the archives. Get in your cab and rub your hands together. Time to get back to your shift. I tell you what, it's cold in here too. I feel like I need to wear gloves. See, he is smart and got away fast as possible. He's smarter than me. He's thinking with his head. I'm thinking with something else. Okay, so we've only got one more clue. Should we go to the other clue? I feel like... Yes, we're going to go to the other clue. Because we're only halfway through the day, so we've got plenty of time to pick up more customers. He is smart. He is so smart. You leave the bit... Let's try that again. You leave your taxi behind and walk towards the last victim's building. Charles Bougrain Ferrier was killed in his parking garage. The last metal garage door is firmly closed. The large, not last. Why can't I read? Look for another entrance. You walk around to the back of the building and notice and look at various entrances. The main one, the garage door, and a maintenance door for the trash cans. Let's go to the maintenance entrance. You've barely taken a step when a voice calls out to you. Hey, what are you doing? This is private property. Turn around and see a rather elderly man. Probably the concierge. He shines his flashlight at you in your direction. I'm a journalist. A journalist? Yes, I'm doing a story on the judge and his victims, including Mr. Bougrain Ferrier. He hesitates. I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to tell you anything. I just need 2 minutes of your time. He nods nervously, or maybe in fright. You have trouble making out his face, but you can see his eyes bug out. Go! Get out of here before I call the cops! You leave the lobby. The concierge follows you and checks to make sure the door is firmly shut behind you. If I see you lurking around again, I'm calling the cops! Make your way back to the cab. Glance back at the building. The furious concierge is gone. Bubbles is angry because he wants to get into the bedroom and I won't let him go in there. I wonder if he'll come back. You settle in behind the wheel, short of breath. Bubbles! I hope he comes back. I like having the cat in the background. Okay, well, we got nothing out of that. We clearly chose the wrong choice there. I feel like we should get some petrol. And then we'll go and see Ryan Reynolds. A handful of cars are speeding out of Paris. It's like they're running away from something. Will it stop? Yeah. He's really shouting out there. You walk into the mini-mart. There's a smell coming off the guy running the shop at this station. Deviant! Hello, lovely. How are you? You too. Have you got lots of exciting things planned this week? Booze? Yup. Do you want the newspaper? Do you want a scratch card? Let's get a new scratch card. What does Purdue mean? Does that mean we win or not? Oh, no. We lost that one. Damn it. Oh, we're only allowed one scratch card a day? What use is this? This serial killer business is crazy. The clerk cuts you off, pointing an angry finger at the newspapers on display in front of him. Have you seen how much the police suck at catching him? You smile and let him keep talking. Good night, I guess. You nod and exit the shop. Deviant, you missed this earlier. This game, supposed to be a mystery. I thought I was safe. There was a freaking ghost in my taxi. There was a freaking ghost in my taxi. I was not prepared for this. I feel betrayed. Just lots of work? Yeah, I feel you. I'm busy this week as well. Get in your taxi and drive away. Right, we're going to go see Ryan Reynolds. Go on. Come on. To Ryan Reynolds we go. Phil Bourgeois. He wants to go 5.55 kilometers, sorry. And he's going to give us just under 20 quid. He better give us a tip. Charles de Gaulle and make it snappy. Okay, he sounds like an asshole, but we're going to go. The passenger who settles into the back seat could be a male model. He does look quite swanky, kind of like classic Hollywood era. He asks you to take him to Charles de Gaulle Airport. His voice is mild and pleasant. Lone Wolf! Yo! Nice to see you today. Happy Monday, good sir. You sense your passenger wants to talk about the killer. It's simple. Since the first murder, everyone thinks they know something. And this passenger is no exception. Yeah, there was a ghost in the cab. I'm not okay with this. It was a little kid ghost, like Gavroche from Les Mis. He like died on the barricade and everything. Literally, not okay with this. Too spooky. I was scared. How are you, Lone Wolf? I can always rely on you to bring the energy into chat. You watch him in the rearview mirror as he adjusts his clothes and checks his breath, obviously primping. Drive people to the airport all the time. They bring along a suitcase or a bouquet of flowers. Your passenger doesn't have either. Yeah, it's freezing, right? I am so cold. I've got like my snuggle jumper on. This is my warm jumper and I'm still cold. He looks at himself in the rearview mirror. His lips part and he runs his tongue over his teeth. Oh, I do not like this guy. Nothing stuck in my teeth, right? It's -20 in Denver? Mate! That is not fun. That is not fun. Also, hi, Mistress Sable. It's lovely to see you, sweetheart. Hey, I had a really productive Sable stream on Friday. You would have been proud of me. I did loads of things. I got a map sorted out. I got more chum eggs to upgrade my energy. I found new places. I did some quests. I was on point on Friday, Miss Sable. I was good. I was proud of myself. He's not oozing of suave. He's oozing of player. Player calf. That's what he's oozing of. Thank you. I thought you would be. I was like, Mistress Sable will be proud. I got some more map. And I was looking for the next bit of map. I kept it in mind. You wonder why he's going to the airport. You're wondering why I'm going to the airport, aren't you? Yes.
I could tell you were curious. I'll tell you, but it's a secret.
His voice changed as if he was about to deliver a speech.
Women today are too smart for us men. Too smart. They're on to us the minute we try to hit on them often.
Crinkles his nose as if there were a bad smell in the cab.
There are dozens of books on how to get lucky, on how to score. They all make the same big mistake.
Hey, Shania!
Do you know what that mistake is?
They're stupid.
Probably haven't read the right ones.
Your comment clearly isn't going to stop him. He carries on, business as usual.
Let me clarify. All those books about hitting on women never tell you where the best hunting grounds are.
Ah! I told you! He is a creep! He is a creep! We do not like this character. It doesn't matter how good looking it is. He is a player. He is gross. Okay? He is gross. Happy Monday, Shania. How are you? Hi, Gandalf. Welcome in. Will there be any more Kingdom 2 Crowns expansions? The best place to get information on Kingdom is either the Kingdom Twitter account or in the Discord. We've got a whole section devoted to Kingdom. And the Kingdom Community Ambassador and the Community Manager for Kingdom are super active in the Discord. There's a Kingdom Questions channel and there's also a Kingdom General channel. And you can ask anything you want to know about Kingdom in there and they will get back to you. Because there's 4 of us in the community team here, and we don't all work on the same games. So I don't work on the Kingdom games. So the best place to go is to either the socials or to the Discord. Also, hi. Nice to see you. You're doing well? Amazing. 2,000 hours. That's incredible. I know that the Kingdom community are really devoted to that game. You're just relaxing after work? Good. I'm glad. Well, happy Monday, my darling. It's nice to see you. You missed out on there being a ghost in the cab, and it freaked me out, Shania. He's paused for theatrical tension. Airports. Another theatrical pause.
It's brilliant, right? Women in airports are lonely, emotional, and available. On the street, they're always in a hurry, don't have any time. At the movies or in museums, they don't want to be disturbed.
Look at that creepy smile.
But at the airport...
He's very clearly proud of himself. He remains silent. He crinkles his nose and sniffs again.
Is it me, or is there a funny smell in your cab?
You sniff too?
Sorry, I don't smell anything.
He shrugs and goes back to his monologue.
Personally, I prefer older women.
Let him talk. Yeah, the ghost was better. The ghost was better than this creep, okay? I admit that. I would rather have the ghost kid than the creep. I would much rather that.
Single mums who are at the airport to pick up or send their kids to their exes. They're waiting at the unaccompanied minors counter to get information about a late flight or a gate change. I walk over to the counter, look at the flight information, pretend to be worried. My sister, I say. I'm waiting for my little sister. She's never been to Paris before. Gonna take her to the Louvre. She wants to work in fashion someday. She's already very talented.
I just saw Zimney's comment.
I hope everything is alright and that she had a good flight. She means the world to me. She's my half-sister, but I love her like a sister.
A smile takes another sniff. Oh, a smile. He takes another sniff, glances around the cab, then picks up where he left off. Do you think the ghost kid's in there and he's farted? I think the ghost kid's farted in the cab. You played Kingdom Classic on your laptop at the side of the road while ferrying your missus around doing career work. Ah, so it's like a game that you've carried with you since then. That's so nice, Gandalf. Zim, no mate, he is a creep. He is a creep. We don't need this.
The half-sister line worked every time. Divorced parents, remarried. Every time.
He burst out laughing.
Let him talk. Word of advice though, you have to get there early. Make a day of it, keep an eye on the domestic flights, the delays, the companies.
The companies? Why did I say it like that?
It requires a little bit of preparation, but I usually go home with 20, even 30 numbers. In 6 hours? Not bad, eh?
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
No, of course, nothing. Not at all. Anything to help you understand my game plan.
Should I call him a total asshole? I really want to call him a total asshole. But at the same time, I want a tip. I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to call him an asshole. My cat is shouting at me. It's the best game in all existence. I've got like 5 people with search for it. I'm like that with Dome Keeper Gandalf. I literally can't stop playing it. Like, I love that game so much. It's just, I just love it. It's just replayable and replayable and replayable. No, Simney, you don't need these notes. Okay, we're going to call him an asshole.
Sorry. That's no way to treat other people. We're talking about scoring here. No need to get worked up. It's not like anyone died or anything.
There's a slight tremor in his voice.
If they don't want to give me their number, they don't give me their number. I never insist. And a lot of guys do stuff that's a lot worse, right? So, enough of that feminist bullshit theory.
The cab pulls up to the drop-off point. I got 2 trophies for that. I got 2 trophies for that. Cheesy, welcome in, good sir. Or, I don't actually know. I'm assuming your gender. I apologise. Welcome in. And happy Monday. I'm really proud that I told him to get lost. Oh, Zim, shush. You're wonderful. You are wonderful, Zimney. He climbs out of the cab and turns around, somewhat hesitant.
To be perfectly honest, you shouldn't talk to your passengers like that.
His voice takes an unpleasant, whining tone.
It's not very professional. If I had an app, I'd give you a bad rating.
He squares his shoulders off and is about to walk off.
And you should wash your cab too. It smells like shit.
He walks away. Under the sole of his right shoe, you catch a sight of a dark brown spot. The passenger disappears. Stood in shit. The passenger disappears into the airport. You roll down the backseat window and start up the cab. He didn't give me no tip, but that's okay, because we got to call him an asshole, and I feel vindicated. I feel vindicated. I feel like that was necessary, and I feel good about it. This game is too good. Okay, let's go to this lady. See how long she's gonna take us. Honestly, the writing in this game is so satisfying. Oh, thank you, Cheese. I really appreciate that. That's really kind of you. I hope you have a lovely sleep, sweetheart. That's not... Nah, we ain't gonna pick her up. We want to go somewhere a bit longer. What about up here? Let's go get this person. They're like really far away, so we're gonna go all the way up there. I didn't click on the petrol. I clicked on the person up here. That cat is unhappy. At least Adam can't make me jump when Bubbles is out there. He's been captured. There. Hello? You got catnapped. Like, I hate my life. Why did you do this to me? Yeah, he is a creep. He is an absolute creep. He was horrible. It will smell better once you leave, Phil. Exactly, Deviant. He's that. We don't like Phil. We don't like Phil. We don't want to pick him up again. He can get in the bin. Look how long this journey is. She better be paying us well. Because this was a long trip. Agnes Bertrand. Thank you, mistress. I appreciate it. He needed to be called out. And I love that the game let me do that. The writing in this game is as good as their other game, which I fell in love with, was Flat Eye. Which again, I fell in love with because of the writing. So yeah, I'm in. This is lots of money. Right, Bubs? Say hi. Say hi. Like, I hate you. I hate you so much. It takes you a minute to realise the person who got in your cab is a woman. You hate it when your brain skips a beat, when you misread a face or a scene, and yet... she is in fact a woman. A woman with a beard. A small, battered suitcase as well. Gee, not unhappy to be here. She lets out one of those distinctive sighs, the kind traveller gives after a long plane ride, then gives you an address in the suburbs. Oh, he's having a bath. He's in a good mood now. He's having a bath. You start the cab. The road is wide open. No traffic, and you glance at your passenger. No, they're not lightsabers. They're Govee lights. I can like change the lighting on them and stuff to be different. Hang on, let me show you. I have them different in different streams depending on what the stream is going to be. I thought I'd go for like a nice chill vibe, but I can also, hang on, I can make it snow. Now it's snowing. What else can we do? Hang on. Can make it Halloweeny. Can make it look like DNA. There's all sorts of things we can do with it. I love it. I really love it. Go back to this. We'll go with this one now. I think it's awesome. They're really nice, aren't they? Thank you. If you turn your phone, you can see a bigger picture. Wait, what? If you turn your phone, you can see a bigger picture of what? I'm very confused. Okay, right. The road is wide open, no traffic. You glance at your passenger. Love you, Bubs. He's like, stop changing the lights. I'm trying to chill out. The snow or the trans ally colours are both great. Yeah, I love the pink, blue and white colours. I think they're gorgeous. They're really, really gorgeous. You got in late. Delayed for hours in New Delhi. I thought we'd never leave. How'd you like India? It was incredible. A real experience. She stopped short. I'm sure you hear this all the time from passengers back there. You smile. No, actually, I don't. Really? Most of my passengers find it too dirty, too crowded. They complain about the spicy food, the noise, the smells. She gives a short laugh. True enough, but I don't get it. All those people who go to countries that are so completely different who come back in shock. Tell your bosses I might be the #1 Kingdom player for playtime outside the company. Do you know what? It'd be interesting to gather what people say, like, because I think there are quite a few people that have 1,000 hours plus. So I wonder if, I wonder if you are Gandalf. That's interesting. Of course, a country like India is going to be different. It's an entirely different world with its own communities, languages, and customs. No connection to ours whatsoever. You smile. But it was a chance for me to let my beard grow in. She runs a hand through her beard. The gesture is new to her, and it's clearly hard won. What do you think? Takes you a minute to respond. Don't worry, tell me the truth. I was a bit surprised. Of course you were. You're practically the first person to see me with it. She pauses. Well, thousands of Indians have, of course. She smiles. You can read the weariness in her eyes. At first, I was supposed to go to India with my ex-husband. We split up 2 years ago, but he was still living in my house and I just couldn't let him go. She gives an almost imperceptible shrug, as if to emphasize the irony. We'd always wanted to see India, and we'd never been able to go. And the kids, when we had the kids, and then there was school, and then... Anyway. The day we were supposed to leave, chickened out, and I got on the plane. She spreads her hand with a broad grin. She radiates warmth and good spirits. She'd be the perfect grandmother. Warm, slightly eccentric, and ready for adventure. My nan was like that. She once took me to a theme park just so that she could ride the new attraction. And it was one of those like rides that's like kind of like a ghost ride, but it was based on aliens. And it had people like dressed up in alien suits. And halfway round, when you stop on the ride, one of the aliens like grabs you. She kicked him in the face. She thought it was a robot, and she kicked it in the face. My nan was a legend. I'm just saying. This lady, I like her. She reminds you of my nan. Okay. For weeks, Delhi, Jaipur, Bombay, Goa. Incredible. Lots of touristy spots, beaches packed with young people. You're always wondering to yourself, what are they doing here? Do their parents know about this? Yeah, she was awesome, mistress. I left without my overnight kit. It was in my ex-husband's suitcase. It's been growing for 20 years. For 20 years I've had to shave, to wax and apply makeup. For 20 years I've been avoiding long trips, surprises, unforeseen events. Your passenger's voice is bursting with energy and you can't help but smile. And so here I am, growing this very full beard. Anyway, people, they don't give a shit about me except to make fun of me. So I stopped caring. You can't begin to imagine how it feels, not having to shave and put on makeup every day. You can see the fatigue in her eyes, the exhaustion. Every single day. My children don't know about my beard. They never have. Never saw it before, never realised. What will they think? Thought about it a lot. At first, when the hair started coming in, I was pretty worried. I had my doubts. But now, I know for sure. She marks a deliberate pause for dramatic, almost comic effect. The truth is, I don't really care what my kids think. Yes, Agnes! I love her. We love Agnes. We stan Agnes. If I had made my favourite character video after this stream, she would be on it. I've spent my whole life living for them. It's my turn now. It's my turn to be someone, to make the real racket. She flashes you a smile that instantly fades. Well, it's easy to say that right now, what with the fatigue of travelling and all. But maybe tomorrow when I see them again. She stops short, as if to compose herself. Anyway, tomorrow is another day, all in good time. You drive down her street, and the passenger glances out the window anxiously. You pull up to her address, a small suburban house like thousands of others, in need of a fresh coat of paint. Everything alright? There's just one more thing I have to do. I have to kick my husband out, once and for all. She pauses. My ex-husband. She grins and hands you the fare, and lets out a long, happy sigh, and then adds energetically, Good luck to you. And remember, keep that smile on your face. She walks away from the taxi, her small suitcase in hand, and you drive away, your spirits renewed. Okay, we stan her. We love Agnes. Agnes is a big thumbs up in my book. Yeah, you go, girl. You go, girl. Exactly. Yes, Mr. Sable. Yes, Cav. We love her. Bubbles has fallen asleep. He doesn't give a shit. But we love her. Honestly, this game, why is it so good? Why is the writing this good? And not enough people know about this game. This, like, we need to tell the world about this game, okay? Because not enough people know about it. It's too good. And every time you play it, you're going to get a different experience to when you've watched it on stream because there are different characters to pick and interact with. Like, this, we need more people to play this, okay? Because I am so happy with this. Oh, she didn't tip me. But to be fair, her presence alone was tip enough for me. Her presence was a tip. Oh, it's bedtime. You know more about your clients. Yeah, we've met Ludwig. Now you know where this ghost comes from. How did we lose money? Oh my god. We are hemorrhaging money by the day. We need to pick up more taxi people. We need to pick up lots of short fares tomorrow, okay? Because we're not doing good. You take a few minutes to update your board with clues. A bus goes by, making... that long detour, yeah, it was my fault. Bus goes by, making the walls shake. You sigh and get to work. Thanks for that follow, veteran. We appreciate you. Okay. Oh, we haven't got anything there. Okay, so victim 1 protected by the St. Quinn mayor. I still think it's this guy because he was wrinkly and the weapon was a professional weapon. This one is unattached to anybody. Wait. Why is that one linked to Claudia? I don't know why that one is linked to Claudia. Killer left message on chalk in the crime scene. That one's not linked. Spell it book. Weapon police gun in the 70s. First 3 victims not part of police leak. So Pierre is what? He's a cop and he's a cop. Retired cop. She's a medical examiner. I don't think she would do... I think it's him because he doesn't look old enough. I think it's him, guys. We're going to bed. I liked him when he got in the taxi. I can't believe he could be the one that stabbed us. He was nice. He was talking about a sex shop. Honestly, this game, I just love it. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You lie down on the sofa bed, and its frame creaks. Stop smoking in bed! Dude, you're gonna set the bed on fire. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed. Your body aches and you're in pain. I feel that. You can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. You wish you were far away from here. Far, far away from here. You shake your head and your mind wanders for a second. Your eyes close. Right when you're about to fall asleep, you notice a taste on your tongue. It's very salty. Like soy sauce. A tad bitter. Very strong. It disappears as quick. I'm not saying anything. It disappears as quickly as it came. You fall asleep. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, if he does set the bed on fire, at least he would be warm, Lone Wolf. And I can appreciate that right now because it's pretty chilly. You open one eye. Someone flushes the toilet and you hear the pipe shake. One of them runs under your bed. You find the sound calming. That's exactly, yeah, exactly, Zim. I love this community. You guys always make me laugh. You get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Oh, Lone Wolf! What are you playing at the moment, Lone Wolf? Alright, we're gonna go to people nearby. Excuse me, is that the Dome Keeper? We're going to the Dome Keeper. The Dome Keeper is a taxi passenger. Okay, the passenger who's entered your cab slams the door and stares at you. Oh, that isn't that guy. Good evening. Are you kidding? That's how you want to start? Do we know each other? She gives a sour laugh. Don't play innocent with me. If I were to say to you... Her voice, slightly raspy with an odd metallic sound. October 27th? That's the date. The night of the attack. The night you... Could this woman be the judge? 10:46 p.m. No. The attack took place later. Does that ring a bell? You nod your head. Maybe she's an engineer. Maybe she just took her suit off. She definitely looked like a Dome Keeper to begin with. She waggles an accusing finger at you. Last October 27th. You were in this very cab, driving a fare, and you committed a crime. That's right, sir, a crime. I'd spent the whole day working like an idiot for that rotten newspaper. Do you have any idea what I do for a living? Lower your eyes. I want to wind her up, but I want to see where this is going, so I'm gonna behave. Sorry if I'm shouting, Bubbles. Ran a stop sign. Yeah, probably Zim. I'm a sub-editor, Mr. Taxi driver. Excuse me, love. I'm a taxi driver, I'm a therapist, and I'm a detective, so get stuffed. I correct mistakes that a bunch of moron journalists make. There isn't a single one, not one, who knows how to write a proper sentence. I'd had it, really had it, and on the 27th, you cut me off. I almost died that night. Hey, love, I was literally stabbed. So, who's winning this? She grinds her teeth. You shudder. I crashed my car, my boyfriend's car, that is. The same guy who made yet another comment about women drivers. The neighbours called the police that night. I made such a scene. To think the guy dares call himself a feminist. She pauses for dramatic effect. A disturbing smile spreads over her face. Her voice suddenly noticeably quieter, almost fragile. The next day, no more boyfriend. No more car. Messed up a job interview with with a major news outlet. A paper where people know how to write, where they follow basic rules of French grammar. Imagine just for a minute, I could have stopped correcting copy for a bunch of morons. She takes a deep breath. But all because of you, because of your cab, everything changed on the night of October the 27th. A sad, faraway look comes over her. Yeah, she's not fun, Tim. She's not fun. My life has never been the same since. But her voice is bursting with fury and hatred. Forced to live with my mother whilst I went apartment hunting in this rotten city where tiny studios cost an arm and a leg. So, I started looking for you. The back of your neck breaks into a sweat. You can feel cold, clammy droplets drip down your spine. I started asking around. I bribed one of your colleagues into giving me your number. A droplet of sweat starts sliding down your back. Then, I found your address. Your first one, that is. You shiver as the drop reaches your boxers. But that's your business. What matters is I eventually did get your other address. The real one. The droplet has reached your tailbone. You've started shaking. At first, I admit, I was planning on going to your place. She shrugs her shoulders, her voice softened a little. Just maybe to spit in your face, or something like that. Then I thought to myself, no, Ludwin, maybe the guy deserves a chance, you never know. So you're going to apologise? Yeah, I know, great, now we've got a murderer after me and a stalker. And a stalker. I feel so bad for this guy. Go on, give it your all. Take your time. Take a deep breath. She breathes in deeply, then exhales. Like that. Yeah, I'm not going to apologise. I'm going to tell her about the attack. I'm sorry, but I don't remember that night. Not memorable enough, huh? No. I've forgotten what happened that night. She freezes. A few minutes after I met you, I was attacked. Attacked by the judge, the serial killer. It's you. You survived. Yeah. A host of conflicting feelings flicker across her face. Doubt, surprise, anger, the desire to slap you. Then she falls back hard against the car seat. All her anger somehow gone. I
I didn't know. The police wanted to keep it all a secret. I didn't see the killer's face and he didn't see mine. For my own protection. My own peace of mind. The newspaper where I work, they're looking for you. We have a reporter looking for you. The last few months have been difficult for you. Really difficult. Are you going somewhere? A faint smile and a nod. I'm good. This is what I suggest. I'm going to exit the cab. I'm going to go for a little walk in the cold street to get my mind off of things. And then, when I get home, I'll destroy all the information I have on you. Is that okay with you? A nod. Thank you. Word echoes for a minute through the taxi. Passenger reaches the door. Door opens, then closes. You're alone in the taxi. Your head spinning as if you had a drink. Just one, but something really strong. Briefly try to remember that night. Nothing. Nothing but a vague impression of something behind you. The killer's silhouette. A fleeting presence. You shake your head. It's nothing more than before. If only you had turned around, everything would have been easier. If you had seen the face of... All at once, you start the cab. This writing... Bobs doesn't find it amusing, he's asleep. But this writing, honestly, I am so hooked. Like... This is the first, like... It's almost a visual novel in a way, right? Like, it's predominantly, like, choice text-based. And it's the first one that I've been so engaged with in such a long time. Like, I am so into this. There's no combat, like, no strategy. It's just story. And I'm so into it. That was amazing. Talk no jutsu. Exactly. All talk no jutsu. By the way, Jujutsu no Kaisen, I'm really sad that season 2 has ended. I keep waiting for a new episode and it's not coming out and I'm sad. But right now, we are finally watching series 2 of Spy X Family, and I'm very happy because Anya is my favourite character in the world. Just telling you all that right now. I love her so much. Anyway, let's go to the nearest person. Is she nearer or is she nearer? She's nearer, I think. We're just trying to make money tonight. She didn't even pay me. We just got had. We're trying to make money tonight, and the first person we picked up did not pay us. Guys, we've been had. We've been had. This is not acceptable behaviour. Aw, thanks, Mistress Sable. I did used to be a drama teacher. It's kind of part of the job. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. A street a little off Place d'Etoile. Your client is pacing back and forth in front of a jazz club that's just closed. He raises his walking stick and hails your cab. The other thing I like about it, Mr. Sable, is that, like, even though I'm playing this through and you're getting to, like, meet the characters that I'm playing, if you were to play this, you could pick completely different characters and have a completely different experience than me. And I love that. And I'm so tempted when I finish just to play this through on my Steam Deck on my own and, like, see what happens. Because it's so interesting. Yeah, at least she didn't hurt me. You've watched Spy X Family and Goblin Slayer and have nothing to watch. We've just started watching Overlook. I'll have to get the name when Adam comes up with my tea. He really likes it. It's got like 4 seasons. He's seen 2 and there's now like 2 more. So he started watching it with me. There's also the new one on Netflix by Studio Trigger, which is like cooking in dungeons or the art of cooking. I don't know, but that's really good as well. And Solo Leveling, that's currently airing and that's really fun as well. Used to be a novelist. That's so cool, Mr. Sable. Tell me about that in the Discord. I'd love to hear more about it. Definitely. I've always wanted to write a book. I appreciate the good writing as well. I really love it. He raises his walking stick and hails your cab. Oh, I thought we were going to a lady. It's a dude with long hair. It's Danny Sexbang. It literally is Danny Sexbang. If you don't know who that is, check out Ninja Sex Party on YouTube. Best band on YouTube. Right, he climbs into the cab straight away. Jim. No, you're Danny. Père Lachaise Cemetery, please. The northern entrance in the 20th arrondissement. The cemetery is closed. He gives you a funny smile. It'll open for me, my dear. Another drunk passenger, perhaps, and yet this one's sitting up perfectly straight, walking stick across his knees. Is he a pimp? I think he's a pimp. His get-up reminds you of another night creature, a regular customer with a taste for young flesh, both men and women. Looks like they move in the same circles. A strange world of... Your passenger's insistent gaze in the rearview mirror cuts off your musings for a short. Would you like me to put on some music? A little jazz, if you have any, to prolong this evening. You switch on the radio and turn on a jazz station. A Chet Baker standard is playing. Ah, Chet Baker. He was quite a man. His voice trails off as if an old memory has surfaced. Such a pity we lost him. The man in the back seat seems to be in his early 30s. Way too young to have known Chet Baker personally. Yet a wave of nostalgia seems to come over him, as if he were thinking of a lost friend. You knew Chet Baker? Oh yeah, I knew him well. He's the reason I chose Europe. You're not exactly sure when Chet Baker was alive. Unfortunately, I arrived in Amsterdam too late. Paris was my second choice. Jazz is out of old fashion. Jazz is out of fashion everywhere, but here it lives on. Paris still has good clubs where you can listen to music and meet beautiful musicians and jazz aficionados. A moment's hesitation. His fingers slide up and down his walking stick. Anyhow, remembering Chet always whets my appetite and makes me want to... But no. Let's just forget about all that. What does it make him want to do? Oh, my eye hurts. Take us someplace where we can eat. Both of us. His smile is warmer now. Hungrier too. And more disturbing. I'm on duty. That's not a problem, my dear. I'll be able to keep you aroused. Clutching his walking stick, he eyes you intently in the rearview mirror. A sudden sense of dread comes over you. What if... I'm not hungry. A bit long to take him to his parents' house. He breathes a theatrical sigh. What a pity. I'm absolutely famished. The ride continues in silence. Your passenger appears increasingly restless. He's fiddling with his walking stick, his eyes darting this way and that. You are in one of the narrow one-way streets leading up to Gambetta Square and Père Lachaise Cemetery. The early morning delivery van ahead of you comes to a sudden stop. Your passenger flings open the door all at once and breaks into a run. We've had 2 no-paying customers in one night, which is the night that we literally need to make money because we're in deficit. You stand there a minute, then, numb with cold, climb back into your car. You glance over at the back seat and discover a tear in the upholstery as if the surface of the seat had been clawed by a tiger. You turn the ignition over. Oh, he did pay. But he also tore my seat. Okay. You're surprised you're losing money. I know. We're not doing so well on the taxi job part of it. Look, we're focused on our detective skills, okay? So the taxiing is just second. It's not as important. Until we run out of money and our car goes bust. Oh, I love that Bubbles is staying in here. Okay, this guy is one of the suspects and he's the closest to us, so we're going to him. We might get some clues here, guys. We might get some clues. Of Gradiu. Although, didn't we... I think we've ruled him out, though. I think we've ruled him out. Yeah, maybe he was a vampire. He did want to eat girls and boys. Anyway, yeah, we've ruled this guy out, so I don't think he's actually a suspect anymore. Door opens. It's Irv. Greets you with a bizarre verbal tick as usual. How's it going, Owen? Hi, Irv. You start the engine. Irv seems pretty happy with himself today.
In the rearview mirror, you watch him run his tongue over his lips as if mentally preparing for a good meal. Catches your eye and smiles. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it today. So I see. It's just, I had a bad week, you know? A really bad week. Then yesterday... He hesitates. He hesitates as if he can't believe what he's about to say. Like it's too good to be true. Ah, that's why he's young but knows that guy. Winfrey, maybe he is a vampire. We've had ghosts. Why not? Nonsense, I've known him for 250 years. So he never looked like a vampire. Xander! Hi, buddy. He does look a bit like Lee Evans. You're right. It's the ears. It's all in the ears. How are you, Xand? Xander, while you're here, you need to come over sometime and bring over your Sable art book so that I can show it off on our Sable stream on Fridays. Because I was telling everyone about it and I don't have it to show anybody, but you've got it. The lines around the corners of his eyes that show his real age crinkle slightly. Irv gives a little laugh. Serious, man, I don't believe in God, you know? I don't believe in all that bullshit. Shit. It doesn't make any sense. Some guy with a beard up in the sky? That's Santa. But I never got it. What people saw in him. Anyhow, God, none of us believe in him on the street. His eyes crinkle up at the corners again. I mean, we believe when the soup kitchen goes to the church. Yeah, sure, we believe in him then. He flashes his teeth and lets out a harsh, raspy laugh. A pause. So, yesterday? Yesterday? He's observing you. His eyes light up all of a sudden. Oh yeah, yesterday! He's talking faster now, an incessant flow. I was starving, man! It was pretty bad. Toby and I had gone through all the garbage bins in the neighbourhood. Toby, he's the German guy. He says he prefers France, that we're more generous here. So I was starving. Herv's eyes tear up. His voice drops off. A faraway look comes over him. Lengthy pause. This guy is not with it enough to be the serial killer. Are you alright, Herv? I do not think you will faint. Neither do I, Zim. Neither do I. I think we've picked the wrong people all the time. He snaps out of it. Yeah, like I was saying that, yeah, I was starving. Starving! I was hanging out near the supermarkets on Rue Rosemont. Fancy neighbourhood, but not too fancy. No cops. He gives you a wink. I've got a really itchy eyeball. It's driving me insane. That's always a plus. And then there was this guy. Like, this guy I sometimes see around. A young guy. Like, just a kid. He comes out of the supermarket with his groceries, and before I even say a word, he hands me a can of cassoulet. A cassoulet as big as a beach ball. No worries, Mr. Sable. Thank you so much for stopping in, lovely. And we're back to Sable again on Friday, so hopefully we'll see you there. Have a lovely week, sweetheart. It was nice to see you. Irv's face lights up. I didn't even know they made him that big. Irv busts out laughing. His eyes wander back to the street. Smile. Irv suddenly pats you on the shoulder. No touching, Irv, alright? Hold on, wait. I'm gonna get out of here if you don't mind. You park the cab as soon as you see an empty space. Thanks, man. He's looking out the window. Yeah, I think that's him. Him. Who? Nothing. Without another word, he opens the door and gets out. This time, I'm gonna get him. A moment later, vanishes into a dark alley. Your eye scans the dark, narrow street, but you can't make anything out. Then something moves in the distance. A silhouette. Probably Irv. Now at a run. The form darts under a street lamp. It is Irv. He's holding something in his hand. He immediately vanishes from sight. You sit there a minute, and then you switch on the ignition and pull out of the parking space. What on earth is going on? Of course we didn't get paid. Zimney called it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable behaviour. I am just going to put Be Right Back on for 5 minutes. I'm going to grab a drink because I am very thirsty after doing that voice. Don't go anywhere. Because I love you, I will be right back. I'm back. Addie's making a tea. I don't have to go anywhere. It's good. By the way, Xander, can you see next to Skelly? There's a little thing you got us, the little cat statue. Also, if I keep scratching my eye, shout at me because it's gone bright red. I need to leave it alone. Okay, right. Let's go back. Okay, this person is right next to us. We're going to her. Okay, she should pay us and it's a very short journey. If we don't get paid this time, I'm rioting. Oh, it's a couple? Cute. He looks way younger than her. A couple is getting into your taxi. Did I unmute? Yeah, I did. A couple like you've seen so many times before. Attractive, a bit tipsy, drooping eyelids. Oh, you don't have to be there on Friday. Just bring it over so I have it for a Friday. Any night this week. You can come to community night tomorrow night if you want to come. We're playing games in Discord from 8 o'clock until 10. So if you want to come over then, you can join me and play here. He's already asleep. Must be about 20, maybe more. She's still smiling faintly. Like the evening has had a lasting effect on her. She's older, maybe 40, 45. Told you! Told you she looked too old for him. Told you. Wait, why are we talking about Stephen Yeun? Invincible hasn't started back up again yet. They're on break. Alicia. Right next to the movie theatre. Very well. You pull away. Leave the street. The neighbourhood behind. Your passengers say nothing. When you downshift, you can hear the man's heavy snoring. The woman stares right at you. I beg your pardon. This may seem odd, but... What do we look like? I mean, he and I. What do we look like? A couple? Thank you. She pauses. I happened upon two friends who were making fun of us tonight. We could be mother and son. It's stupid. He doesn't look like Stephen Yeun. She hesitates and... Forget it. Let's drop it. Sorry to have bothered you with that.
No need to apologise.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Don't think I've ever met a taxi driver who was so understanding before.
Serious.
She watches you for a while. See the hesitation in her eyes. Then she turns her head. I'm too defensive. It's unhealthy. Not good. Not for me. Not for Eves. Her expression hardens. I love him more than anything, you know. People think... They want to think he's some sort of toy. But he's not a toy. I didn't choose him because he's young and chic. I love him. Period. Can you understand that?
Open up. More than you think.
What do you mean?
I prefer older women.
And what is it like for you to be in this position? I mean, in the eyes of others? It's weird.
I don't think it's as hard for us. People say things, make fun. But I had a lot of men actually fantasize about it. And they don't dare to admit it themselves.
Oh, I skipped that by accident. Damn it.
You think?
You smile, ever so slightly.
I work with taxi drivers. All men.
You sense her becoming more relaxed behind you.
Thank you for your honesty. I don't really know how to put into words what I actually feel.
She takes a deep breath. Her throat shakes from all the air. Outside, the reflection of an interior design store appears in a frozen puddle. It is frozen outside. You're right, game.
think the problem is me. Don't need a mirror to see it. He's young, he's handsome, he's filled with energy from morning to night. My joints creak. I lose a fraction of eyesight as each year passes. I got lost on my own street the other night. I'm a burden to him.
You're gorgeous. Your passenger watches her partner for a moment and then turns back to you with a faraway look in her eyes.
Thank you.
She wasn't expecting and did not want your compliment. Oh no! We busted it! She pretends to focus on the road going by. You decide to keep quiet. What an ass. A few minutes later, you reach their destination. We screwed that one up, guys! Pulled up to the sidewalk, your passenger plunges her hand into her bag and stops.
What if...
She shakes her head.
No, forget it.
She pays the fare as she's putting her wallet back in her bag. She hands you a bill. €100 bill.
Would you mind using that money to take Eves to a hotel?
At least she paid! Exactly!
Don't have the will to do it myself. We need to put an end to this. He deserves someone else.
Her proposition leaves you speechless for a while. I know! Why is she complaining, Deviant? Why is she complaining?
I'm serious.
Are you sure?
No. I mean... I know this is right, but...
Yeah, we're a pimp now.
You should talk to him.
He'll just say...
She shakes the bill.
He'll say he loves me the way I am, that he doesn't want to be with anyone else. He'll say the same things he has every time I try to talk about my feelings.
The bill is lying between the seats. What if it's true?
What if it was true?
Yes. He was telling you the truth. He was in love with you, despite all your faults. She pulls her arm back.
But he keeps saying it.
Money goes back in her bag. A car passes on your left and pulls over next to you. The driver asks if you're leaving soon. 1 minute. Turn to your passenger. I've got to go. You should do the same. She seems horrified by her behaviour.
I'm so sorry.
Wave her off. It's nothing. No big deal. A second later, she's walking into her place, holding her partner. He hasn't even woken up. You smile, wondering what he must have dreamt about. You'd like to have similar dreams. Let the other car pull in and you go back to your shift. Oh, she gave me a £5 tip. It's not the $100, but it's still a £5. I will take it. I don't know why she gave me a 2p tip, but sure. Alright, okay, at least we got paid. At least we got paid. That's all, like, we have had a hard time. Okay, this person is right next to us. We're going there. We need the money. Please pay us. We're broke. Amelia Schoendorfer needs help. Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. I bet he dreamt about the Roman Empire. Is this a true thing, Zim? Like, do guys actually think about the Roman Empire all the time? Or is this just a TikTok craze that has the world fooled? I don't know. Because I asked Adam and he was like, no. I didn't think about it. But then he just thinks about League of Legends, so I don't think he counts. The next passenger is getting into your cab. Is chilled to the bone. Just a TikTok? Okay. Passenger getting into your cab is chilled. Oh, I said that already.
Would you mind?
You turn up the heat immediately.
Thank you.
It's not every day. Yeah, I like history. I read about it sometimes, but like, yeah, okay. Her teeth are chattering, and she looks like she's at the end of her rope.
Thank you. I've been wandering around the woods for 3 hours.
Love, why? It's the middle of winter. She looks at you.
I'm not a...
Let her speak. She mumbles an almost inaudible thanks, shuts her eyes for a second and enjoys the warmth. No, it's not a ghost. It's okay. She's normal coloured. The ghost was like greyed out. He was creepy. We've already had a ghost. You don't think about it either, Deviant? Okay, I feel better now. Like I was like, I'm not falling for this. And then I thought, what if it's true? But no, I'm glad. You have educated me. Where to?
Nowhere. Here, actually. I need your help if you're willing.
Yeah, maybe she's a runaway calf. You lean over to her. If I can be of help.
Yes. I think I lost my cat.
It's the cat lady! It's the cat lady that gives the cat too much affection and the cat doesn't like it, so he left. I got a cup of tea coming. What's the name of the over something anime we're watching? Overlord, Zimni. Overlord. Watch Overlord on Crunchyroll. Or Funimation. Thank you. It's really good. It's like a isekai, but slightly different. Ah, yummy.
He ran off into the woods. Would you mind helping me look for him?
I am not getting out of my taxi and going into the woods. I've just been stabbed. No, don't say yes. I'll look left and you look right. You start to drive very slowly.
We should be able to hear him. He's wounded.
Take the hat as fair. No, Xander, we need the money. Did you have proper tea, Winfrey, or did you have some kind of flavour tea? Oh, no, you had green tea. That counts. That counts. She opens the window, and a gust of icy cold air fills the cab. Wounded?
Yes. He broke his paw a few weeks ago, and I came out here so he could stretch his legs a bit. But he got scared and ran away.
Oh, it's a different cat, guys. It's a different cat. It's not the same one.
Surprising, because he knows the place.
She flashes you a smile. What's his name?
The young lady freezes. His name is... Vincenz. Like the woods. That's where I found him.
She looks away.
You've been doing this job for a while.
I don't trust this lady. I don't want to give her no cat. A few years now.
Nice, okay.
For several minutes, silence fills the cab. From time to time, she sticks her head out the window and calls for her cat.
Petite! Petite, petite, petite!
She catches you looking in the rearview mirror and looks back out the window. I feel like she is lying to me. I feel like she is lying.
Vincenz! Vincenz!
Say nothing. Stare at her. She looks straight at you as well. For a second. A very brief second.
Okay, fine. I must confess something. It's not exactly my cat.
Whose cat is it then? She smirks.
I'm a vet student and the cat is from the lab at school. It escaped and if I don't find it, I'll get a really bad grade and I'll have to repeat a year. If I have to repeat a year, my parents won't pay for school anymore. See, my mother and father are very reputable veterinarians and I can't let them down.
We'll find him. She lowers her gaze. Her voice is soft and muffled.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. This kind of thing never happens. Usually the cats are...
She cuts her sentence short and looks outside.
I thought I saw something.
Keep driving. Never driven this slowly in the Bois Divinence before. From time to time, your passenger looks like she's seen or heard or something. She hits the seat abruptly.
Over there! I can hear him!
Stop the taxi. The tyres squeal softly on the gravel. Your passenger runs off into the night. She's not going to pay me, is she? You wait for her for a second and begin to hear the cat's cries. Meows are harrowing, painful. Your passenger reappears without the cat. What's going on? She's obviously in shock, staring ahead into nothingness. I can't! It's terrible! What's happening?
Cat was...
She finally shuts her eyes and catches her breath. We were in the middle of dissecting the cats when this one woke up and ran away. He's half open. She lowers her head so you can't see her tears. I can't leave him like that, but I can't bring him back. He's suffering too much. Her hands are shaking. The meowing in the distance curdles your blood. You have to take care of this. I can't. It's dying all alone. It's... You cannot stay quiet. Listen to the cat meowing to death. There aren't exactly 1,000 solutions. She raises her head. I know. She has to do it. I'm not killing a cat. She snaps harshly back into reality. No! She can do this on her own, Kath. I am having nothing to do with the ending of a cat's life. I am mad at this woman. I want to rob her and leave her in the woods. How dare she? I'm not happy about this. Zimni's laughing at it. No! She snaps back to reality. Oh, there goes the cat. Sorry. Anyway. I have to do this. We're not allowed to operate on live animals. I broke the rules. Her sentence fades out. I'm going to do this. She gets out of the cab. The door slams. Her footsteps squeak on the gravel, then on the grass. Even with your headlights on, you can't see anything that's happening. Cat meows one last time. Time passes and your passenger returns. She gets into the back seat. She looks petrified. Turn the key in the ignition. You start driving. Your passenger is speaking, but her voice sounds far away. Look how far we have to travel. She better pay us well. I live on Rue Le Contrescarpe. You nod. Okay. I think the cat ghost quit the stream. I think the cat ghost quit the stream. He was taking revenge. The internet just disappeared. I'm very sorry about that. Thank you for waiting. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it did that. Hopefully you can see me now. Hopefully I'm back. Kath, I'm never gonna have anything to do with her and the poor kitty cat. We're good? Okay, good. Oh, dear. Well, that was a dramatic ending to the cat scene. Okay. In your back seat, your passenger starts to sob. And I said, good, bitch! And then the stream stopped. So I don't know if you caught me going, good, bitch! Because she deserves it. I'm so sorry. If you refresh now, you should be okay. Okay. If I'd known, I wouldn't have. Listen. You stare right at her. You're not far from her destination now. Wait, what? What's going on? You know nothing. You want nothing more than to smoke a cigarette. Forget all about this and move on. Your voice immediately betrays how tired you are. I'm really angry with this girl, and I'm gonna have a go at her, okay? You are responsible. What is done, and you're responsible for it. I don't know if I can manage to live with this. Oh, no. You can. Your words are aggressive and hard, and she stares at you. Perhaps you're right. She looks out at the road going by. I haven't really accepted responsibility, actually. Her voice slowly fades. I know that. She suddenly shakes her head and looks at you strangely. You've seen that expression before. Big eyes and raised eyebrows. It means... Who are you exactly? But she doesn't ask the question. She settles for silence. Silence fills the cab again. Keep driving in silence, paying no attention to the movements in the back seat. You pull up to the address she gave you. She pays her fare without another word. She opens the door and gets out of the taxi. After a few meters, she freezes. Everything okay? She almost jumps when she hears your voice and walks towards her building. 5 seconds go by, slowly, before she hurries, head bowed toward her building. She disappears behind a large wooden door. You suppose she lives in one of the old maid's chambers on the top floor. Hallelujah! Are you kidding me? She should have given me a tip to keep quiet about that. I could report her, and she didn't give me a tip. These Parisians are not very well paying. I feel outdone by, hard done by. I feel disgusted. I'm not a happy cabbie. I am not a happy cabbie. These people are disgusting. Why are they not paying me properly? I'm furious. Absolutely furious. No, I don't care if she's a poor student. Her parents are both vets. She has money. She has money. Ugh. I'm furious. Yeah, poor cat. Exactly, Zim. Poor cat. Sod the student. She can get lost. We don't care about that girl. Hey, look. Dome Keeper's back. We'll go to this guy, though, because we need the money and he's close. Hey. There we go. We need the money. What is that? Is that a computer? There's a computer over there. I need to talk to you. The passenger who gets into your cab greets you in an uncertain tone.
Good evening.
You try to answer as warmly as possible. Good evening.
Good evening. I want to...
She stops short, trembling as if in a panic. Is everything all right? No, it's not. She begins pouring her heart out. A flood of sorrow fills the cab. What? What? Please! Guys! I don't know. This is... Oh my god. This is terrible. This is terrible. She shakes her head as if chasing a bad dream. I know, it's pretty silly, it's pathetic, but I lost my cat. What a catastrophic event. Shh. She holds up a poster of the missing animal. His name is Crookie. It's the cat. Oh, okay, we're okay. We're okay. This is the cat that got in the taxi the other night. This is the cat that just said she loved him too much and he got annoyed about it. We're okay. It's okay. It's not the dead cat. We're good. Woo! Oh no, Zimni! Listen, I know this is going to sound crazy, but someone saw my cat getting into a cab. So I called your company to ask which taxis were in the neighborhood the night he disappeared. We're the only one. I need your help. Her tone is increasingly hesitant and insecure. Please tell me if you know where he is. Where is Crookie? Where is my cat? She takes a deep breath. It's a question of life and death. It is if that other girl gets hold of him. I saw him. She sits up straight with a jerk. That's wonderful. Where is he? Take me there. He took the train. The train? She looks down on the poster in her hand. That's why he stole money. I knew he was up to something. This cat is a freaking genius. If she didn't order the taxi for him, he called the taxi, took the money he needed, and wrote the address on a piece of paper. This cat is a genius. He's so smart for a little ball of fluff. You're not that smart, are you, mate? His head is literally like this in his bed right now. Did you talk to him? You remain quiet. I'm sure you talked to him. Crookie's not just any old cat, you know. He saved my life. What we do in the shadows? Yeah. I adopted him when he was still a tiny kitten. I took care of him, spoiled him, fed him for weeks. Took time off work to care for the little thing. I knew right away he wasn't like other cats. He was different. I'm starting to side with the runaway cats. People in this yeah. People are mad in this town. I stood up for him too. When my friend said he was taking up too much room in my life, I dropped them. When they told me he couldn't come with me to work anymore, I changed companies. He's the only reason I get out of bed in the morning. Please, I'm begging you. When my mother died, I decided to get a cat. I thought it would take my mind off things, get me interested in something else. And then... Yeah, she cray-cray. She stares at you. I'm going to ask you one last time. Do you know where my cat is? We're going to lie, because I think the cat had had enough of her and he just wanted to get away because she was too much. And he was running away to Normandy to go and live by the sea and eat fish. So we're going to lie. No, I haven't seen any cats. Her searching gaze holds onto your eyes for a moment longer. I'm sorry. She appears dejected and sad all of a sudden. She nods toward the passenger window. I think I need a little air. Could you stop the car, please? You pull over to the sidewalk. Thank you. She lowers her gaze. I know I was a little too much for him.
might have been a little suffocating, but he was everything to me. And nobody seems to understand. Nobody.
That's not healthy. She looks at you straight in the eye.
What do you mean?
To love someone so much you lock them up, you suffocate them. It's not healthy. For a cat, for a man, for a woman. She says nothing. You can hear her struggling to catch her breath.
Thank you. I think I needed to hear that. I'm going crazy.
Going? Her voice drops to a whisper.
Crazy.
She opens the car door and hands you a banknote at the same time.
I need to be alone.
She gets out of the cab and walks away without shutting the door. The next minute, she's gone. Swallowed up by the night. Shut the door! You get out and close the door. Take a deep breath. Your lungs freeze. Wait another minute, then get back inside and start the engine. Oh, at least she gave us a tip. I'm glad we lied for the cat. We didn't get a trophy, but I feel good. We got £1 tip. It's okay. It's better than nothing. This person's closest. We're going here. I'm glad we stood up for the cat. The cat was the best thing in this game so far. I fell in love with him. He was funny. He nodded like this. I love him. Okay? Oh, that gave me a head rush. This takes you really far away, but we'll do it. Your passenger slides into the back seat, dragging a backpack that apparently weighs a ton. Do you want to put that in the trunk? She refuses politely with a shake of her head. Thanks, but I'm going to have to get used to keeping it with me. It's going to be on my back for an entire month. You smile and start the cab. Glance at the rearview mirror. Your passenger is rather young and the camera around her neck looks very expensive. Her backpack, scarf and clothes are fairly worn. Where are you heading? She doesn't answer right away, lowers her eyes. On my way to Greece to join NGO rescue vessel. An NGO? An association, that is. That helps migrants trying to make the crossing. And I'm going to do a story on them. Oh, a journalist? She smiles, the first since you set off. Yes, a photojournalist. I imagine that's going to be pretty tough. Tough? Yes, it's going to be very hard. But I want to do it. I volunteered. I even made a fuss to get the assignment. Her tone of voice is increasingly shrill. Oh wait, we are doing the wrong voice for this girl.
I read first-hand accounts. I talked to journalists who have worked on the subject. I just can't ignore the whole thing.
She gives a short laugh.
I even played with a video game about refugees. Beautifully done. Really powerful. I knew I couldn't sit back and watch. This was my chance to show the world what's going on there.
Your passenger's phone starts to ring.
Oh, sorry.
She glances at the caller name. Her face freezes. She sighs, troubled smile flickering across her face. Takes the call.
Hi, Dad. I'm in the cab. Right, yeah, I told you. I tried, but he wouldn't change his mind. Come on, Dad. I already told you I'll be fine. He wouldn't be sending me there if it were...
She moves the phone a bit farther away from her ear.
Come on, Dad, stop. Dad. Listen, everything's going to be fine. I'll be there for 20 days with a group of professionals who've been doing this for years. That's right, a group of rescue professionals. Would you just stop?
She sighs heavily. It's no use. She's been down this road 1,000 times. Yeah, that's my bet too, Zims. Help her out. We're about to enter a tunnel, mademoiselle. You're going to cut out. The woman looks up at you in surprise, then her face lights up.
Did you hear that? I have to go. I'll call you back as soon as I'm...
She interrupts again.
That's right, I'll call back.
She hangs up, wide-eyed, and breathes a long sigh.
My parents, they can be a little much at times.
She smiles.
Anyhow, thanks for jumping in there.
You can sense the tension, the wave of frustration and anxiety welling up inside of her. Her unhappiness and anxiety are palpable. She closes her eyes, collecting her thoughts, trying to dispel her negative emotions.
If only I had a little time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
No, thank you, I'll be fine. You already got me out of the never-ending conversation. I was just thinking that I'd like to be able to do a little yoga. Really helps me relax. It's an amazing way to unwind, to calm down and release the tension. There must be a yoga room somewhere in the airport.
We're almost there.
Right, of course.
You sense she wants to tell you something, but she can't get the words out. She swallows hard and looks away. You concentrate on the road ahead. Your passenger closes her eyes and loses herself to the sound of the humming engine. Silence falls over the cab. Suddenly, she leans forward with a jerk.
Any chance of putting on some music?
You switch on the radio with a glance in the rearview mirror. What kind of music would she like? Probably something light with a good beat. But what kind? A song is just starting. Your passenger lets out a little cry from the back seat.
I love this band! I saw them in concert last summer.
Rock! Girl after my own heart. A girl after my own heart. Her enthusiasm immediately fades as if a bad memory had come back to her. She clasps her hands together and then stops them to stop them from shaking. Do you want me to change the stations? She seems surprised you ask and sits up a little straighter.
No, don't. I'm sorry. What I mean is, I made an important decision at that concert. I decided to leave.
She sighs.
I was listening to one of their songs. The words were something like, "Get up, take a stand, only you can change the world." Made an impression on me. Don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I wanted to do. Change the world.
She smiles.
Because of a guy who snorts cocaine and can barely play the guitar.
She looks up at you.
Beats his wife too. Don't know why I said that. Always loved that band and those lyrics. They changed me.
She stops short.
Sorry. I'm telling you my life story. Nobody cares.
You hope your smile would cheer her up, bolster her confidence. Your passenger doesn't react. I know, right, Zim? She should be more specific. She turns ahead. The ride continues in silence. The road keeps passing by, and before long you're approaching the airport. A moment later, you turn down the radio. The song fades. I'll pull up here. It'll be easier for you to get out the cab. Get to the airport drop-off zone. A couple of colleagues greet you with a wave. Evening. A few bleak-looking passengers are struggling with huge suitcases in car trunks. A security guard is sitting on luggage carts, smoking a cigarette, clearly exhausted. Your passenger pays the fare, collects her things, but doesn't leave the cab.
Thank you for getting me out of that horrible phone call. I love my parents, but they are suffocating. Could have gone on for hours. So, thank you.
Are you going to tip me?
I have to go now. The feeling my parents are going to call again. Might as well go where it's warm and I'm not a disturbance.
Take good care of yourself.
I will. I promise.
She gets out of the cab with all her gear. Her eye follows her as she heads to the terminal. The airport door closes behind her. You sit there for a minute or two, by yourself. There's no one around. May as well head out as soon as possible. Ah, yes! She gave us an $11 tip! Nice. We like her. She was a good passenger, even if everyone else was shit. Right, how much money did we actually make? We only profited $97? Man! we did at the start of the night. We are hemorrhaging money. I have lost 30 bucks in that night of work. I do need to find a new job, Tim. This is bad. We're gonna go bankrupt. Shit. You wipe your face, you're starting to feel sleepy. You guys have got to help me pick better customers because I picked 2 people that didn't pay at all this time. Your neighbor flushes the toilet. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see the pipe shake. You crack your knuckles and get to work. Taxi cab karaoke? I think that's Radio 1 already. Okay, did we get any new clues this time? I don't think we got any new clues. No, we did nothing. Alright, we're going to bed. You lie down on the open sofa bed, the events of the day running through your head. It doesn't! I don't think it does, Sim, but maybe we could do polls next time. Maybe we could do polls. We can get you guys to, like, put an emote in for a certain character, yeah? Because I'm doing this again on Monday. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed. Your body aches and you're in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. You don't quite know where you are anymore. To be honest, you're completely lost. You shake your head and your mind wanders for a second. And a question comes to mind. Very odd one. So odd you need to say it out loud to be sure you're not dreaming. Was that really Santa Claus? It was! You lie there for a moment, listening to the echo of your voice resonating around your studio apartment. The silence lulls you. Seconds later, you're asleep. Oh, I love this game. I genuinely love this game. It is like a genuine joy to just like get lost in it and like experience the randomness that is this game. I just, there's something really magic about it. And I can't quite explain how much I love it. It's just, yeah, it's just great. It's just great. Anyway, so tomorrow, a couple of things. We've got community night tomorrow night in Discord. Don't forget, we do that every Tuesday night. It's always a good laugh. We are getting really good at Jackbox 10 Dodo Re Mi. Just saying. It's a rhythm game, and we are unlocking all the songs. I am proud of us as a community. We're doing really good on that. So if you want to come along and join us for some Discord fun tomorrow, please do. Same time as the stream starts, 8 PM GMT. All you have to do is to be active, to be in the Discord, and then you can come along and join us at any point. So hopefully you will join us there. And then also keep an eye out on our socials tomorrow, including YouTube, because I'm going to upload this as a YouTube short. I am going to be putting up a video of my favorite characters in the early game of this game. I made it obviously before this stream, so we haven't got anyone from tonight, but it's a little video I've made of some of the best characters we've met so far. Please share it. I want more people to play this game because it's just magic. Like, I can't express enough how much fun I'm having meeting these characters, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. If you enjoy the video, please give it a share so that other people can find the magic that is this game, because it's just wonderful. I am going to send a raid over to Casa. Casa is a streamer who does a little bit of everything. They are a variety streamer in the truest sense of the word. Sometimes she will play AAA games, sometimes she plays indie games, and sometimes she does crafting streams, and her crafts are usually really geeky. She makes a lot of Pokemon-based stuff. She's wonderful. So join me in coming over there, give her a follow, even if you've got to go afterwards. I'd really appreciate that. And I will see you all either tomorrow in Discord or on Friday for Sable. Same time, same place. Back here, 8 PM. See you then, guys. Much love. Bye!
I've been contemplating contemplating all my time. My thoughts make me tired, just running through my mind. Wonder if there's peace that I could find, instead of always being on the grind. I need a new purpose, I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching, you're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I could go? Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away, you're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away. It gets so loud that I can barely hear. But your words speak much louder than all my fears. Sometimes I just wanna disappear, running until I can feel you near. I need a new purpose, I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching, you're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy,